everybody, and welcome to the Real Wrestling Community Tailgate Party. I am your host, Majestic Marie, and it is Wednesday, so you guys know what that means. It means it is time to do the preview show for tonight's AEW Dynamite. I'm pretty excited about this one. I hope that you guys are too. If you are here, say hello. Tell me, I really like fan interaction and viewer interaction. So please leave a comment. I just might bring it up and we might go over whatever it is that you say. And I'm just totally excited to be here today and to review this to preview this show. I'm sorry, not review. Preview this show. It is it's going to be a good one, I believe. I'm pretty excited. So, without further ado, let us go ahead and get some business out of the way. Guys, if you are here and you don't know yet what the haps is, go follow the Real Wrestling Community Facebook page. They are awesome over there. They do great work, bringing you the news, bringing you memes, just having a good old time at the Real Wrestling Community. They are so gracious to let me stream on their platform, so I want to say thank you to those guys as well. I have some comments. My friend Pat is here. Hello, Pat. Welcome to the show from Utah. Wow, that's pretty far. Glad you're here. Hello, Randy. My friend Randy is here. Yes, happy Wednesday to you as well. And Timothy, just out of the box, Timothy, right away with this mess. Eddie cheated. Eddie didn't cheat. He beat Bryan Danielson fair and square. 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. You couldn't get any cleaner than what he did. So, you know what? I didn't do it to you last night because, last night we were talking about Sting. I was trying to be respectful. But today, anything goes. And just for that little comment, just for you.
Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Don't fight me!
Oh, and Shane is here as well, and he says he's listening to you. He says listening to you while cooking on the grill. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I have the most melodious voice or not to listen to, but here we are. And Timothy says he paid the ref. I don't think so, but oh well. And my friend Christine is here too. I am doing great. Guys, let's go ahead and get into the show, and we will have the Briscoe brothers get us ready.
Ain't no way, chick. Ain't ready. There ain't no way, man. Ain't ready. Ain't no way y'all could possibly be ready.
You can say you're ready as many times as you want.
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Y'all boys ain't ready.
There's no way, man.
All right. We have some news to cover first. We didn't talk about this last night. Of course, one of them I don't think was announced yet. But Paul Heyman was announced for the WWE Hall of Fame on Monday morning. And then the legendary Bull Nakano was announced this morning, I believe, or yesterday morning one. I can't remember. But within a couple of days, we know who 2 of our WWE Hall of Fame inductees are. And I do not have any, beef over this. I don't know 2 people who don't, these 2 people definitely deserve it. Obviously, Paul Heyman for the start of ECW, or before that as a manager, as Paul E. Dangerously, and then coming into ECW and lifting that up. And then obviously, his run in WWE as well. Just a legendary manager, legendary commentator, just amazing creative mind for the business is Paul Heyman. So absolutely deserved there. And then Bull Nakano, I don't know too much about her outside of her great feud that she had with Medusa back in the day. That was epic. I remember that. But other than that, I know she's from Japan, and so we're pretty excited for her to finally be in the WWE Hall of Fame. If you haven't been convinced that WWE is under new management, look no further than these two names that are going into the Hall of Fame. Absolutely wonderful, very well deserved, and I can't wait. I cannot wait for them. All right, who else is here? Alma is here, and she says, "What's up, Majestic Marie? How are you doing? Doing good. Cooking cheeseburgers and seasoned rice brownies for dessert." Oh my goodness. That sounds like a really great supper, Alma. You enjoy that. That's awesome. Robert is here. Thank you for joining us today. And Timothy is talking about how he likes the new AEW logo. Do you guys like the new AEW logo? Let me know in the comments. And that is okay, Christine. I hope just catch the replay and let me know what you think. All right, guys, so let's get into the show. We don't have much on the card, so this will probably be a pretty short podcast this afternoon, but a good one, hopefully, nonetheless. We have Hook versus Brian Cage announced. I don't know if these two have been doing anything recently on Rampage or whatever. This feels a little bit random. A lot of the matches on AEW sometimes feel random, but I don't want to totally say it's random because I don't watch Rampage or anything, so there's that. But Hook, I don't know what they have going on for him. Brian Cage just seems like he's just there sometimes to take the pin, to make somebody look good or whatever, and they just don't do much with him. And that's a shame. I like Brian Cage. I like what he does. It does feel like sometimes that there's something missing with him. But other than that, I really like Brian Cage and Hook. There's just something about Hook, and I don't know quite what it is. He just comes in there with that hair, and he just wrestles his match, and then he goes home. It's kind of amusing to me. What do you guys think? Alma likes the logo, and my friend John is here. He says, "I think the Sandman should induct Heyman, maybe." And Timothy says, "It's Wednesday. It's time to send Hook." Okay. Let me see if I can find it. So let's send Hook.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time. Making his way to the ring from St. Mark's Place, weighing 201 pounds, he is Hook.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's just something about him. I don't know if it's because of his wacky hair or what, or his just no-nonsense attitude. I love Hook, and I think he's great, and I would like to see him do more. I don't know if they have any plans for him in the future of this company, but I certainly hope so. He's a young man. He seems to be learning really well, and I really like him. So let's hope that they do something with him soon. As far as winning this match goes, I would have to go with Hook on that. Oh, okay. So he says that there has been a great storyline between Hook and Brian Cage. Okay. I've just missed that. I'm sorry. So forgive me, guys, for not being in the know on everything. Stinger button for tonight, maybe. Shane says, "I don't think AEW has a plan for Hook. If I were booking, he would be in the title picture with Christian Cage." That's a pretty good idea. I really liked the match that Christian had with Daniel Garcia on Revolution. That was a really good match. And then I would like to see something like that as well. Shane, I would like to see him Hook do something with Christian Cage or somebody like that. Somebody like that on that level. That would be really great to see what he can do with someone who can draw something out of him. I would really like to see that. What else do we have? Timothy says Majestic Marie, this started a few weeks ago on Collision when Cage called out Hook. Okay, I must have missed that episode. I am so sorry. There was a little while where I didn't watch a whole lot. Not just no Rampage, but not really much of anything because I was pretty sick for a while when I got COVID right after the Royal Rumble, and it took me a while to bounce back. So I'm just getting caught back up on my AEW and on my wrestling. So forgive me for that. But I'm pretty excited to see Hook on the card. I really like him. And Brian Cage as well. He's pretty great. All right, next up, the thing in order that they have announced, they have a women's match. You'll have to forgive me. I don't know if this is random either. This might be something that they've been doing for a while. I don't know. We have Chris Statlander versus Riho. I know Riho had a match a couple of weeks ago was it with Toni Storm, I believe. It was either Toni Storm or Deonna Purrazzo or Julia Hart or somebody like that. I can't remember exactly who it was, but I think it was Toni Storm. It might have been Toni Storm, and she came back. She had a match. She lost, of course. She's not there consistently. I don't think she's there when they need her, and she has a match with Chris Statlander. I don't know what's going to happen here. I would have Chris Statlander win, but we'll have to see what they're doing. I really like Chris Statlander, but she's been kind of cold lately. She hasn't. I don't know. She's just been kind of cold and just kind of there on the roster, and she's a great talent, and I would like to see them do more with her, obviously. So hopefully soon they will do something with Chris Statlander. This women's division needs some help, guys. It needs some help. I love their talent. They have talent, but they need to use them just a little bit better. They have perhaps next week, they perhaps have a very big star coming into that women's division, and they need people that'll look good up against her, not just a pushover, and we got to build some stars for her to be able to face, and not just for her to be able to face, but just to strengthen that division altogether. Their women's division hasn't really grown the way it should, I guess you should say, and they're going to be hurting if they don't do it soon. Let me see. Yes, Timothy has my back. Timothy also says that it's random. Statlander versus Riho, bit random again. And it was Storm, can't wait. And Darby Allin versus Jay White is set for next week. That's great. That'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully Darby's back will be doing better after that crazy spot he did on Revolution. Ugh, that made me hurt. I know it wasn't real glass, but that doesn't mean it doesn't cut you up. I was afraid he was going to bleed to death. It was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. Yes, Christine says they need someone to take charge of it and get them organized and on track. Absolutely. All right, guys. This is the last match scheduled that I saw. That doesn't mean they won't have more. But they have Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher announced for tonight. So you guys know that this is going to be fun. Y'all know that I'm not really a flippy flip person, but I have to admit that Will Ospreay does amuse me. I think he's very entertaining to listen to watch. I like his entrance. I like his presence, and I like his wrestling too. It's just not my favorite type. But I know that this is going to be fun, and the people there are going to have a whole lot of fun watching this. Obviously, I see Will Ospreay winning this match. I don't know what else you could do. He's a really big star. Kyle Fletcher is his friend, of course, but Will Ospreay has to win. And it's another gift from the Don Callis family, guys. So make sure you go and thank Don Callis for his generous contribution to professional wrestling. Oh my goodness. Timothy says that Deeb's drop a hit on Collision that the boss might be coming in. Yeah, there's been a lot. John says, not sure how much DDPY will help Darby after that glass spot. Yeah, I don't think that DDP yoga heals cuts. Might heal hurt muscles and tendons and all that, and help with your joints, but it won't heal a cut. Oh my goodness. Timothy also says that Tony Khan made this announcement this past Sunday, Darby versus Jay and Will versus Kyle. Yes. Christine says that Don Callis makes her skin crawl, and what a guy Don Callis is. Yeah, I know. It's beautiful, isn't it? He's just such a generous person, lovely person to give us this wonderful match from the Don Callis family. Although, I don't know how much longer it'll last. We'll have to see. I know last week on Dynamite, Will Ospreay didn't look too thrilled about Don Callis. He kind of had this grimace look on his face like, whoa, when Don Callis was hugging him. So we'll see how long that partnership lasts. I don't think it'll be too long. And I don't see people being able to boo Will Ospreay really either. So having him in a heel faction isn't going to work on the long term. So we'll have to see what they do with Will Ospreay leading up in the coming weeks. And I'm excited for it. I'm here for it. And I hate that I can't see this match. I think it would be pretty neato to see Will Ospreay live. Alma says, I can't think of Goon. That's a Dollar Tree version of Gary Hart. Oh my goodness, he is no Gary Hart. Gross. Yes, he needs to be a babyface. Absolutely. And Timothy said, Will versus Konosuke was to me match of the year. It was a good one. If that's your type of wrestling, it definitely was out of this world. Of course, it's not really my type of wrestling, but I'm not going to sit here and admit that it wasn't a lot of fun and it wasn't very athletic and impressive. It absolutely was. It was a good match. It was a lot of fun to watch. All right. Okay. Y'all, this is getting people up in arms. There's some speculations going on. A special announcement from the Young Bucks, and people are assuming that this is the spot where a certain person, a certain free agent will come in. Mr. Okada, the Rainmaker himself. They think that this is where he's going to make his official AEW debut as a member of the roster. That's really exciting. And if that's the case, I'm going to kick myself for not getting to go because it is here in Atlanta and I won't be able to go. I wasn't able to go both nights. I could only go tomorrow night for Collision. So I'm going to have a boo-boo face if I miss Okada and him being so close. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens with the Young Bucks. I'm going to go ahead and give the Young Bucks their flowers right now for being there for Sting and putting on that great spectacle with him and giving him a proper send-out that he deserves. Kudos to the Young Bucks for doing that for such an amazing, wonderful talent and person that Sting is. And Alma, since we're talking about Sting, this is for you, dear. Yes, very much so. What do we have here? My friend Nick is here. Hello. Welcome to the show. Glad you could make it. And Timothy is thanking the EVPs for their generous contribution to Sting's last match. Shane says, I never asked this, but do y'all like the advertising on the ring mat, or is it distracting? Example, New Japan. It doesn't bother me any. It's just writing on the mat. It doesn't take away anything for me. It's just basically their logos sometimes, and then maybe, DraftKings or whatever it is. It doesn't bother me. Pat is asking, when did Sting have his last match? Sting had his last match this past Sunday night on AEW Revolution. It was him and Darby Allin, who were the AEW World Tag Team Champions, taking on the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. And it was a tornado tag team match, and it was very crazy. Sting is a crazy old man. He went through several tables. He did a lot of stuff that you don't normally see older people do in the business. But he got to go out his own way, and it was insane. It was wonderful, and I had never seen ever anyone getting to go out for their last match like that on their terms. And they won. They did win the match, but they vacated the tag team titles right afterwards. And I know that sounds crazy to do, but just to give Sting that one last hurrah moment in the sun before he rides off. Beautiful. I loved it. Timothy is wondering, I wonder if Camille will debut tonight. I don't know. Maybe. I didn't know she was in talks with them. I wouldn't, just because Mercedes Moné is about to come in. If Camille is in talks, I would kind of wait a little bit. Christine says that Dirty Dom is a joke. He is a loudmouth punk. Gunther gave him a good whooping. That is way off topic, but yes, it was really fun to watch. I watched that match last night with my dad. Yeah, it was last night, and he did some great stuff for Gunther. Man, he made Gunther look great, and Dirty Dom, he's a great heel. I'm just so proud of him. Nick says that he's looking forward to seeing a certain boss appear. P.S. Sting was awesome. Congratulations to the icon. Absolutely. And Sting was never known for doing insane spots like the ones he did in AEW. Yes. They didn't used to go absolutely bonkers like that back in the day. That's not really that wasn't his thing. That wasn't what he did. And I don't know. I guess he just decided to absorb it all in and do things and try things that he never did before. And I want to give kudos to Sting for that mentality of not just being, well, we didn't do that by day, so it's garbage. And while I do think that sometimes the younger talent nowadays goes really overboard with the weapons and the tables and the spots and all of the crazy holy smokes moments, they do go a little bit overboard, and sometimes it's unnecessary. But at the same time, it's been kind of cool to see Sting work like that because we'd never really seen that before. So I'm just going to say that. Timothy said that Raw was there in San Antonio, Texas. Yeah, it was, and agrees Sting is a true legend. He absolutely is. So do you guys think that Okada is going to show up tonight? And do you think where will you put him right now? Who would you have him go up against? We've already seen him wrestle Bryan Danielson twice, I believe. Do you go back in that direction? Do you have him feud with the Young Bucks? Where do you see Okada fitting in this very, very deep roster already? Let me see what you guys think. Timothy said, off topic on Raw during the commercial break, Pat took the mic and the crowd went nuts. Oh, Timothy, did you get to go to Monday Night Raw on Wednesday night? On Monday night? That's cool if you did. And Timothy is saying, yes, Okada versus Danielson again, please. Yeah, Danielson, both times that he has faced Okada, he ended up getting hurt in both matches. So I would like him to see him in a match with Okada where no one gets hurt and just get to see it for what it's intended to be from beginning to end. And it would be really great. It would be really great. I would like to see that. Of course, Danielson has been kind of flirting with sometimes he's a heel and sometimes he's a babyface, and we never know which one he's going to be. And of course, if he goes up against Okada right now, he's going to be a heel again, just like he did with Eddie Kingston. So Timothy, I have a question for you. If it is Okada versus Danielson, who in the world are you going to cheer for? Because Danielson is one of your favorites, and I know Okada is definitely one of your favorites. So what in the world would you do is my question. How about Okada joining the BCC? Ooh, I don't know. That's different, Christine. That's so different. It's almost intriguing. Nick said Takeshita would be a good opponent for Okada. Ooh, yes. But I wouldn't like to see take loose again. Yeah. Takeshita is really great. I know they just turned him heel not too long ago, and he's with the Don Callis family and everything, just so he can have a mouthpiece and all that kind of stuff. But I think that Takeshita would be a really great baby face. I don't know if you guys follow him on Twitter or used to, but if he was just himself, I think he would be one of the biggest baby faces in that company, because he loves Cinnabon and he loves to go bike riding, and who wouldn't get behind that? He's just got that aura about him that just seems so likable. I think it's being wasted in with him being a heel. Of course, I know they're trying to try something new and all that other kind of stuff. So I there's that. But I don't know. Takeshita just seems like a natural baby face to me. So I would push for that if I were him. But he is in a new company. He's trying to get his feet wet. He's trying new things. Can't fault the guy on that. He said, Okada always, never go against him. John says Okada versus Brandon Cutler. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. John, that would be the feud of the century, right? Okada versus Brandon Cutler. My goodness, we wouldn't stop talking about that for months or years to come. That's something you tell your grandchildren about, right? So, back in my day, I saw Okada versus Brandon Cutler. Yeah, sure. Okay, guys, that's really all that they have announced for tonight. So I will be interested in seeing what they do. I'll be interested to see what's going forward with the AEW World Championship. If you didn't get a chance to see Revolution, then you missed a really great title match. It was Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page, and it was a lot of fun to watch. That was one of my favorite matches as well. Samoa Joe did pin Hangman Adam Page, and he retained the title. Swerve got gypped, I guess you would say, but that's okay. It was about Sting anyway, so we don't want anything overshadowing that moment when Swerve Strickland actually does get to have that moment. So that's going to be interesting to see. Of course, Wardlow also won that 8-man scramble match that they had. So he has a world title match coming to him as well. So if you were AEW, what would you do right now? Would you go ahead and feed Wardlow to Samoa Joe and have him lose, give him another title defense under his belt before he finally goes on to Swerve Strickland? Would you deviate him in another direction for a little while? Or would you just keep going straight on him versus Swerve Strickland and let's build this right now? What do you guys propose that they should do? Timothy said the Queen, Jamie Hayter, and Okada never go against them, okay? John says that 3-way match was great. So much story in that. There was. It was fantastic. And Christine says that she would like to see the triple threat rematch. It was a good rematch. I thought that Hangman Page would look lost in this because to me he felt like not really the third wheel, but like they're just sticking him in there so Swerve Strickland doesn't flat out lose yet. But it wasn't that way at all. It was actually very well done. Yeah, it was really well done. And I've really enjoyed Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland too. And I think that that's going to be one of those feuds that I never want to kind of see end, that it's just kind of lurking in the background and they randomly bring it out every now and then. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Shane says it's time for a Switchblade Jay White to drop the dead weight in the Bullet Club. I am talking about the Acclaimed. Oh my goodness, Shane. I hate that I agree with you, my dear. I love the Acclaimed. I loved them for a long time. I think that they are so charismatic and so fun to watch. But ever since that they won those trios tag team titles, and I don't want to knock that either because Billy Gunn gets one last title run before he decides to go off too. So that was pretty cool to see. But they just haven't done anything with them since then. They are kind of cold, and it's sad. And I don't like them together. I don't like Jay White and Juice Robinson and all of them. I don't like them with the Acclaimed as the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. I hate it with a passion. and it needs to stop. And they need to betray each other already and get over it, because it's been horrible and I don't like it. And I hate that, because I like Jay White and he should be up here, and I like the Acclaimed and they should be in the tag team division making a difference, but nobody is, and we're all just here, and it's sad. So I agree with you on that. Nick says, it's great to see Joe being used as a dominant champion. Absolutely. I do believe Swerve will get his moment eventually. I'd have Joe beat Wardlow, Swerve get rid of the Page rivalry once and for all, and then Joe versus Swerve. Okay. Yeah, it's just it's just what would a loss to Samoa Joe at this point in Wardlow's career do? At any other point, I would say, okay, we can do that and we can build off of that. But Wardlow hasn't been treated right as far as booking decisions since that thing with MJF. And it got bad when he had the TNT championship like a year and a half ago. That thing with Powerhouse Hobbs, both guys came out of there looking worse than they did going in. And then he's just been ice cold for like almost a year since then. And then all of a sudden he's reborn out of the ashes and he's screaming, I'm here, I'm Wardlow, and I'm getting back what was mine and all this other kind of stuff, just to have him lose again. Will it do any damage? That's what I'm scared of. Randy says that he thinks that it should happen in a cage. Okay. And Christine wants Joe to lose the title. Was it me, or did Hangman looking a little bit like Silas Young? I don't know. Timothy says I'm being rude about hating on the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. It is a demotion. It does feel like a demotion for Jay White. But, Timothy, if you like the Bang Bang Scissors Gang, you know what they're doing is for you, hun, and I'm so glad that you're enjoying wrestling and having fun. It's just not for me. And Nick says, completely agree, Wardlow has been misused. And Christine is asking a very good question. Is MJF coming back? I think he is. I just don't know when. They did announce a special Dynamite in a couple of weeks. It'll be in St. Louis, Missouri, and it's called Dynasty, I think. I think they're calling it AEW Dynasty. And the colors that they used for that was the gold and the purple that MJF likes to use as in his color wheel as well. So I don't know if they're hinting at maybe a return for Mr. MJF on that show or somewhere around there. And Timothy doesn't like Tony Storm. I'm sorry. It's kind of been nice without him though. Really? No, I miss MJF. I'm ready for him to come back. He's really great. It's a pay-per-view. Okay. I thought it was a special edition Dynamite, but I'm wrong once again, guys. I don't get everything right. Sorry about that. That's really cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what AEW has in store for the next couple weeks. We have a lot of potential debuts coming up. They're saying Okada might be coming back tonight. Mercedes might be showing up next week. And then MJF might be making his triumphant return. They're saying this is a new season of AEW. We're hitting the refresh button. And we're working with a clean slate and we're moving forward and hopefully in a positive direction. If you want AEW to fail, you want wrestling to fail. So even though it might not be your cup of tea and you don't like to watch it, that's okay. You don't have to watch it, but you don't have to wish them to fail. You can hope that they are successful and that these wrestlers always have a job to go to instead of in just one place. So keep that in mind. And with that, guys, we're working here on 41 minutes. That's pretty great for this really small card that they have given us. And guys, we did not get under 12 viewers today, I don't think. Maybe about, well, actually, we didn't get really around underneath 9. So thank you so much, guys, for checking us out today, this afternoon. I am here every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern here on the Real Wrestling Community Facebook page. Thank you guys for joining me, and enjoy Dynamite tonight. And on my page, Peaches and Power Bombs, I'm hoping to upload some live footage from Collision tomorrow evening. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for joining me. Have a good night. Bye.